This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cousins on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Under 10, 10.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First and 10 at the 49.
14. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Throwing again. He lets it fly for... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 27, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. And nowhere to fit that football in. it's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Mike 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 52. 2.
Man out, man out, man out, man out. Right there. 54. Right there.
Hey, Ken.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Lynch, he's got it on the draw. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
This is Lynch on the draw. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen. Shake it off.
He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play, because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
1-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Now Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
54, Mike, 54, Mike. Check.
Throwing, Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
54, Mike.
Hey, check.
Following the interception, Cousins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check tight. Mike 54. Mike 54. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Watch twist.
Now Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take...
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 79 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? What if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit?
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Cousins out to his left. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
52. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 36, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Check right 54. Right 54. Yo. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Dude.
Listen to me.
Dude. Check that.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Check. 54.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Lynch pushing, but he is not going to get there. They stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch receiver. I'm coming.
First down. Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins to throw it. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 1st down, the run with Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Lynch running right. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 65 yards. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, Charlie. Here I come.
Mike 5-4.
On second down, Cousins again. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it'll bring up third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Hey, Echo.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Right there. 54. Right.
Hey, shoot. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Wide. Get wide.
Check nickel.
Where's that?
Now Cousins on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They start the drive with Lynch. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Lynch, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
And the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I got you. Good route here.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Zebra.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. his own 3-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
About that, come slide, I'm with it. Gonna see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
racks from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. I put the intent on, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Lady. Mike 54. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. On 1st down, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a completion to Wilson. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 2nd down, Lynch. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Touch 50, touch 50. 14.
Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
20. Say. Gun.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Mike 5-4.
Here's Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on play. It's 3rd and 10.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. Newton now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Greg Olsen. Incomplete.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Returnable for Lockett. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Play out, play out, play out, play out.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Seattle. 57 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Lynch. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd down now. It's Lynch, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Alert.
Here's Wilson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 47-yard line.
Greg. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Hey, we got to get the
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And this one will be brought back to the 22. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On 2nd and 9. Newton. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Let's go, baby. 20.
Newton to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now he's flushed out left, and he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Check, 154, 154. Rip left.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey, and an alley to run. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Newton. This one caught by Davis. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Steps away. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now it's Lockett. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
and this is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 38 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mike 54. Hey.
On third down, Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This is taken around the 12. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Newton. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slip. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 1st down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the 1st down, but you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it through the post, go up 2 scores.
It's taken to the 26. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On 1st down, it's Lynch, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bound to lose 1.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Mike spot 4. Hey, watch the slant. Watch
20.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Newton now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
A 2-yard loss on the play.
Everyone go forward.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.